Greetings and salutations, you lovely inhabitants of this earth. Eric and Mark with you guys today for League on Lock as we continue ranking the players ahead of the 2019 NA LCS split, or nowadays, just the LCS split. There's only one, Mark, no more NA.
Hey, the better LCS wins, NA LCS, it's just the LCS.
In the end, only one LCS can reign supreme, and it will be North America. We're still waiting on some roster changes or moves on the LCK and the LEC out of SK and KT, so we're sticking to NA for player rankings and starting off with the AD carries, where you had a lot of bot lanes mixing up and changing ahead of 2019, some storied ones in the LCK and even in North America. And starting off with the number 10 ranked player, it is a former world champion making his return to the LCS. Get excited. It's Piglet.
Yeah, I don't know why people would exactly be excited to see Piglet here in the NALCS. I know, yes, world champion, and yes, finally an NA resident, and I think that's exactly why Clutch Gaming has him as the starting AD carry there. But let me just say, watching Piglet last year, the recency, seeing him down in the academy where he should be just absolutely cleaning up was not happening. So
Nope.
this is a pretty fitting spot for Piglet.
Yeah, I'm not sure he would be on an LCS roster if he was taking up an import slot, and he wasn't throughout 2018. So obviously teams did not value him high enough to do that. Now that he's a resident in NA, that's probably the only reason he's getting a spot. So he's coming in at number 10. Number 9 is Apollo, who formerly is he's still part of that duo lane with Hakuo. You can't break them up, but they were coveted as one of the best laning bottom lanes in North America, but that kind of fell off in 2018, specifically the entire second half of it.
Right, after the spring split, after the quarterfinal victory that Clutch Gaming was able to take away from Team Solo Mid, everybody was talking about Hakuo and Apollo, always talking about those incredible thresh hooks, and yes, that still exists. Hakuo is still unbelievably strong at hitting those CC hook shot, things like that, always seems to find a way to do it. But his partner there, Apollo, it doesn't seem to be that the damage numbers, the carry potential is not coming through on his end of the bargain there. That duo struggled in the summer split mightily, and it really derailed a lot of the hype that had been gathered around them.
Yeah, and with maybe a change of scenery, maybe things get back on course, but that Echo Fox roster doesn't look the strongest, so Apollo in at number 9. Number 8 is the most recent re-signing for the likes of Optic Gaming. It's the 2017 Spring MVP Arrow back with his squad. He comes in at number 8, and I said before, at times he felt almost invisible in Optic games.
Which is crazy for the AD carry position there last year, and the way that Arrow, someone as we know how strong he is at team fighting, to be going invisible in many of these games is just not acceptable from someone of his level. Getting that MVP in 2017, it's been a steady downhill rate here for Arrow's performances here in North America since then, but I think combined with Big, there is some chemistry there on Optic Gaming, and again, if you get Arrow out of that laning phase, most of the time I would put my trust in him in team fights.
Definitely comes in at number 7. He had the highest KDA in 2018 summer. Now everyone's saying it's just because he's running away because Golden Guardians are taking not great fights, and he did have some of the lowest damage numbers combined with Arrow among all AD carries, but I think with a new laner in Olay who can be aggressive in lane with a new team around him and some more veteran leadership, I think we'll see him a little bit better in 2019. And then Wild Turtle comes in at number 6. Mr. FlyQuest, it's the only returning member yet again. They love this guy. He's the face of the franchise right now, and he's also the best pro player vlogger that we've ever seen.
Yeah, but hey, even Faker doesn't know who Wild Turtle is yet, so
that's heartbreaking, man.
That one hurts quite a bit. You should check that one out. But hey, again, away from the games, props to FlyQuest and Wild Turtle, putting out some amazing content here, League of Legends type of stuff, awesome to watch. But when you're talking about Wild Turtle on the Rift, it's the same Wild Turtle that we've always known and loved. It's still aggression, forward, still flashing in, and if it doesn't work, we'll try it again next time. But this year for FlyQuest, it turned to work out a lot more often than not, and I think the pairing here of with JJ in that bottom lane, him and Wild Turtle really developed a good synergy, able to keep him safe, able to go in when he's going to be aggressive. I think that this is a good pairing for FlyQuest and one that can develop even further.
Yeah, and it's a plus whenever you can return with your same duo lane partner, and FlyQuest is done with all the subbing out of supports. JJ's a starting support with Wild Turtle, and I think as long as there's less jumping too far forward for Wild Turtle, he's still going to be one of the premier carries in the NA LCS. And with that, we're moving on to the top 5 mark. And for someone like mid laners, there were no NA residents. We actually got 3. 3 out of 5 NA residents in the top 5 for AD carries. That's not bad.
We're doing good. Hey, we're doing
good.
Talent in NA is growing.
AD carry has always been a pretty solid role in North America. And coming in at number 5, it is Stixxay, the MSI finalist from way back in 2016. Even though CLG looked terrible for most of 2018, Stixxay and Biofrost were one of the lone bright spots for the entire year.
Yeah, and hey, you gotta mention that early on there were some growing pains absolutely for Stixxay and Biofrost as a duo. They were not on the same page a lot of times there, and then even towards the middle parts of the year, Stixxay was getting caught out quite a bit due to his positioning around certain team fights, around Baron, things like that. But I think when you do look at the performances and some of the victories that Counter Logic Gaming were able to get, Stixxay is absolutely a massive part of those ones. And I think moving forward, the success that they're going to be able to have this year is going to rely a lot upon that bot lane.
Yeah, and it's, again, one of the main returning factors from last year. Sneaky comes in at number 4. He's Mr. Consistent, Mr. Reliable when it comes to North America. Sneaky in lane. That meme is dead when it comes to NA, unless he's playing against a Xayah, because apparently the feathers don't render on his screen. You can't see it.
He's too busy thinking about the cosplay next. How am I going to do the feathers for Xayah? He's not even looking at the feathers on the ground in front of him.
Or he's looking too closely at them,
Yeah.
looking at every pixel.
Certainly possible, but I definitely want to give a quick shout out to Sneaky's performance at Worlds this year. I think his performance specifically on the champion Lucian was a large reason Cloud9 got to where they were at the event.
Yeah, 3-0 against Afrika on that pick. And NA, he's not as dominant, but we know when the international stage, he steps up in a big way. Coming in number 3 is Zven TSM. He's staying. No Mithy. He's now paired with Smoothie in that bottom lane. And even though TSM, another team that underperformed, him along with Bjergsen were pretty consistent for the whole year.
Without a doubt, you could tell all the skill and talent that Zven had every single time you're watching him on the Rift. Yes, there was a couple questionable plays, couple of missed clicks, all these type of things, they happen. And yes, it happened, of course, in the worst year of Team Solo Mid franchise history. But when you're looking at Zven's individual performance, how he performs, how he trains, how he practices, everything like that, not having him in the top 3 in NA would be absurd.
It would definitely be absurd. He's maybe not best in the West at the moment, but he could still maybe get there. And 1 and 2, it has to be Bang and Doublelift. I mean, maybe you can argue the order, but for Bang, it's not like he's coming in as a washed-up AD carry from the LCK who had a terrible year. He was the most consistent member of SKT and still one of the best AD carries in all of Korea. And by the way, it's a pretty stiff competition, and he's already rivaling Sneaky for best cosplay.
Hey, and come to NA, it's the cosplay region. Everything's going to be good here, Bang, but definitely has to be the #1 pick here on the AD carry list. It was so tough to not give it to Doublelift, our boy, our NA hopes and dreams right there. But you have to respect the World Championships that Bang has had. And of course, even the important thing, as you mentioned here, is he's not coming in washed up or anything like that. I don't want anyone putting disrespect on the name of Bang and the performances that he had last year. Yes, SKT was not the SKT they needed to be. Certainly not the fault of Bang. He absolutely was carrying when he could there for the team and was a difference maker for them.
And even with some swappings of supports throughout the entire 2018, it was mostly effort. It was only effort the second half of summer, but he was jumping between him and Wolf going forward. So seeing him with Aframu is going to be really exciting, and his English is already coming along. It's going to take a while before he can really communicate with it, but I think Bang is going to absolutely destroy North America in 2019.